Yes, you read the title of the video right. The Slab Marksman is actually good. That's definitely going to sound like a surprise to a lot of people, especially those who cannot live without the split coining from the default Marksman. But hear me out before you start shitting on the Slab Marksman. I also thought that I was going to stick with the default Marksman myself, especially since I made a separate video on it, but after trying out the Slab Marksman, I realized that it's actually very strong, and it's arguably stronger than the default Marksman in some situations. Seriously though, the Slab Marksman does not deserve all of the hate it gets, especially after it was buffed in the full Arsenal update, which actually made it viable. I keep talking about how the Slab Marksman is good, so what can it even do? The Slab Marksman is the alternate version of the default Marksman revolver. It can be obtained in 1-4 Clair de Lune in the limbo layer behind the large door after pressing the 4 slabs with Roman numerals on them in each level of the limbo layer. The first slab being above this room in 1-1 Heart of the Sunrise, the second slab from killing the very cancerous rodent in 1-2 The Burning World, the third slab in 1-3 Halls of Sacred Remains after killing the 2 swords machines, and in 1-4 Clair de Lune, where the slab is just in front of the door. The primary fire of the Slab Marksman is identical to the other Slab revolver variants. It will fire a hit scan shot that deals 2.5 damage, and it takes 1.3 seconds to reload each shot, whereas the default revolver on the other hand deals less damage at 1 damage per shot, but it has a shorter reload time of 0.49 seconds per shot. Since it's a revolver, it has the ability to be quick drawn, which means it can be fired quickly shortly after switching to it. This means that if you have all Slab revolvers equipped, you can quick draw with all 3 of them to fire 3 quick hit scan shots that each deal 2.5 damage. You also get the quick draw style bonus from this, which is pretty sick. The alt fire of the Slab Marksman can toss 4 coins, and each coin takes 4 seconds to regenerate before another coin can be tossed. I already went over how coins work in my other video on the default Marksman, so to make it brief, coins will aim at the nearest enemy's weak point if a hit scan weapon fires at the coin, which includes the revolver, the rail cannon, and the core eject jackhammer. Coins will follow the movement and momentum of the player. Coins have a priority list, the first priority being other coins, the second being explosives, the third being enemies, and the fourth being glass. Coins can also be punched with the feedbacker, and the coin will bounce from an enemy, allowing the coin to be used again. There's also some extra tech with coins, like whiplashing them, knuckle blasting them in the air, charge backing, and dead coining, but we'll just keep this video simple. It really just sounds like the Slab revolver is just the default Marksman with a slower fire rate, so what exactly could make it viable? Well, what makes the Slab Marksman viable is its split coin mechanic. If you don't know what a split coin is, it's when you fire the coin at the split second it flashes. For example, the split coin mechanic of the default revolver is that it separates into 2 shots that each deal 2.5 damage. However, the split coin mechanic people really sleep on is the Slab Marksman split coin. When split coining with the Slab Marksman, the revolver will be able to reload instantly, and the coin will not split into 2, but the coin will still aim at the weak point of an enemy, and it will deal 5 damage to a singular enemy. And it will deal even more damage if the enemy has a weak point. This will also reload the other Slab revolvers equipped, and it is indicated when V1 does a spin trick with the Slab Marksman. You can also fire a coin with the alt fires of the other Slab revolvers to fire a hit scan shot that does a lot of damage. This will also do the spin trick, which reloads your revolvers, just like the Slab Marksman. The only thing that makes the Slab Marksman different from the default Marksman is that the split coin shot from the Slab Marksman deals 5 damage to a singular enemy, instead of the default Marksman dealing 2.5 to 2 enemies. This doesn't make the 2 weapons sound that different, but they both have situations where one of them is stronger than the other, especially the Slab Marksman, since for some reason People act like it's a direct downgrade when it really isn't. Since the Slab Marksman focuses on single target damage, this means it's better suited for medium health or high health enemies like Virtues, Sentries, Ferrymen, and more, unlike the default Marksman split coin mechanic, which is mainly used to kill fodder enemies. 5 damage from the Slab Marksman doesn't sound that strong, but once you consider the fact that it reloads faster when you split coin with it, makes its damage a lot stronger than it seems. You can split coin all 4 coins with the Slab Marksman to deal 20 or more damage to a single enemy in around 2 seconds, which is about 10 damage per second, which is pretty strong. If the enemy has a weak point, then each split coin from the Slab Marksman can deal 7.5 damage, which can in total deal 30 damage, which is a lot. You can kill a Virtue in just 2 split coins, you can kill a Sentry in 2 split coins, then a regular shot, and you can use the Slab Marksman to just deal extra damage to any boss or high health enemy. Seriously though, people are actually sleeping on the Slab Marksman. Its damage can shred enemies easily, and sure, you do give up the default Marksman split coin ability of 2 hit scan shots that deal 2.5 damage each, but the Slab Marksman split coin ability of a hit scan shot that can deal 5 damage or more is actually more powerful than you might think, especially since you can pump out 4 of these in about 2 seconds. Seriously though, the single target damage from the Slab Marksman is very strong, and I feel like so many people don't know that yet, so they just shit on the weapon. Maybe the reason why people don't use the Slab Marksman is because you are kind of punished when you don't land split coins, unlike the default Marksman. If you don't land the split coin on a coin with the Slab Marksman, you have to wait the 1.3 second reload timer, and the coin will do less damage, which might be why new players don't bother using it. But when you do land split coins with the Slab Revolver, it's really fun, so I don't know why people don't bother practicing and getting better with it. I guess I could understand why many people don't use the Slab Marksman, because it does take a lot of skill to get the hang of, especially since you are kind of punished for not landing your split coins. But for some reason, some people consider it to be the worst weapon in the game, which is honestly just baffling to me. I must admit though, before the full Arsenal update, which is when the Slab Marksman didn't have a split coin mechanic, it was actually really weak, but now that it was buffed, I thought that people would see how viable it is now. But no, people still shit on it, when they don't even know how good it actually is, which is kind of why I'm making this video. Another reason why people don't use the Slab Marksman is because the default Marksman split coin mechanic of dealing damage to 2 enemies is also strong, but still, I feel like more people should be using the Slab Marksman, since higher health enemies such as Mind Flayers, Insurrectionists, and Virtues are usually higher threats, which are enemies that the Slab Marksman can handle better than the default Marksman. I've made my fair share of videos on weapons that I believed were underrated weapons, but holy crap, people really underappreciate the Slab Marksman. It's fun, it's skillful, and it's really satisfying to see the revolver spin when you land a split coin. If you're someone who can land your split coins and you've been sticking to the default Marksman for a while now, then at least try the Slab Marksman. You would be surprised at how good it is at damaging higher health enemies, and you might like it more. I also used to be someone who stuck to the default Marksman, but as I tried the Slab Marksman and got better with my split coins, I feel like it fits more in my playstyle. For higher waves in the cyber grind though, the Slab Marksman is strong, especially since enemies like Radiant Virtues and Radiant Mind Flayers exist. So maybe my opinion might be biased because I'm someone who has reached wave 70 in the cyber grind on brutal difficulty, and I have like 470 hours in the game, but regardless, the Slab Marksman is still really underrated. I'm not saying that the default Marksman is worse than the Slab Marksman, but I feel like people need to at least acknowledge that the Slab Marksman is a strong weapon on its own that has its own situations where it shines. It is pretty hard to use at first, especially if you haven't gotten the hang of your split coins yet, but once you do get the hang of split coins, You can go crazy with it. Kill some Radiant Virtues, Radiant Mind Flayers, insta-kill Radiant Drones, or really any high health enemy with it. But seriously though, it's really fun, so at least give it a chance. But yeah, thanks for listening to me talk about the Slab Marksman. See ya.